First and foremost, Merry Christmas. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for joining us for Racing to Win as we look forward to a 9-race programme at Happy Valley on Boxing Day. Should be a real Christmas cracker. Joining me in the studio is Paul Lally, our formalist, and race caller Tom Woods as well. Tom, 9 of the best to look forward to.
Yeah, some nice races coming up, Andrew. Thursday night at Happy Valley. Merry Christmas, everybody, and should be a good program there. Races 8 and 9, they look to be the better races on the program. Race number 8, the Class 2, with some nice up-and-coming 3 and 4-year-olds in that race, and then Snapfit in the final race, looking for 4 in a row.
Yeah, unbeaten so far, Paul, and just to make things a little bit sweeter, a nice little jackpot on the TT.
There is a really good jackpot, so Boxing Day, if you get all the money back for all those presents you bought everyone, 2.6 million going into the triple trio, so we're expecting up to get to 6 million for a single winning $10 unit. So Feliz Navidad, everyone.
There we go. International start to the show. There's plenty to get through with the 9 races. We've got to look back on the action from Sha-Tin as well. That's where we'll start with our racing review. The Pierce Memorial Challenge Cup was the feature race on the programme. That was a thriller going to Computer Patch. We're going to the last race, though, which was a real treat. And Glorious Dragon, who'd won at Happy Valley last time out on IJC night, actually, proved it wasn't a fluke with this great performance.
What a great ride first from Alexi Bedell and performance from this horse. He always threatened to do this last season. He's now been here for a season. And, look, he just waited and waited patiently. And once he did get that gap, he just hit the line really nicely and got up in the last couple of strides. So really good win here from this horse. And it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a crack at sort of one of the Queen Mother or one of those staying races later in the season.
Well, he beat at home Shifano there. Can't believe he went off at 2.1.
Well, they backed him like he couldn't be beaten.
Yeah, 2.1, 2.2 shot in a race there where there looked to be a lot of chances. High Rev, I think he just weakened over the final stages. I didn't actually mind the run from Red Warrior just in behind them. He was running on at the end. And Old Savvy 6, he just kept getting wider and wider in the straight, Old Savvy 6.
Yeah, it was a good day for Alexi Bedell with a double. And, yeah, Glorious Dragon looks like now he's fully acclimatised. He's a serious contender, travels very strongly, finds plenty in the finish as well, and probably gets further than the 2,000 metres too. Of the other winners on the day, there was some good performance, some interesting first starters as well.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I thought it was a good win by Exponential, wasn't it? He was another good ride from Chad Schofield that got him through. He went up 6 points. Duke Y, good win from him. I thought he had the race run to suit and he took advantage of it. Interesting to see what they do with him as well, because he has won over 1,200 before, but he went up 6 as well.
And yeah, when you start to climb up through the ratings, those sort of 1,000-metre races, Class 2 and things, they sort of few and far between, so you don't get too many opportunities in races like that. So Paul O'Sullivan's got a few things to mull over there, and Dennis Yip with a double on the day.
Absolutely, yeah. And Paul's already saying the horse has won over 1,200. They actually tried him over 1,400.
That's right.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see him step up in trip. He's got more strings to his bow. All right, they were the big winners on the afternoon. We'll see if we can find some more with our horses to follow. All right, as I mentioned, Paul, plenty of first starters, some lightly raced horses as well on the programme, and that's what you were going for.
Yeah, Leap of Faith, it's a bit of a captain obvious one here because he did run second in this race, but he got quite well back. He came down the outside and he hit the line really well. Now, he was no match for Sam's Love. Now, Sam's Love is probably not a good horse to go form guide-wise because he's a little bit all over the place, but hit and miss is the word. And however, this was one of Sam's Love's good performances, and he was back like he couldn't be beaten as well, Sam's Love. So I thought it was a really good run from Leap of Faith, and he's by Sebring, so once he gets up and trip as well, up to a mile, I think it'll be no problem for this horse.
All right, Leap of Faith, that was just his second start. And Tom, for you?
I went with Wonder Brahma in one of the earlier races on the program. He was beaten by one of the Douglas White debutants, Inner Flame, who was travelling nicely at the 300 there in the white colours. But keep an eye on Wonder Brahma. He's got the pink sleeves, middle of the track there, with the yellow as well. And he made up some ground for Matthew Poon and David Hall. I wasn't really sure what to expect with him first up. I didn't think he was quite there, but he ran on nice at the end. The second quickest 400 home. The quickest was the Kaying excellent horse further out. But he made some good ground, and off that I think can improve.
Yeah, it sort of caught the eye again, didn't he, that Kaying
yeah, he does,
horse?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyway, his time will come, I'm sure. First starter for me, undefeated. Now, the winner was a first starter as well and is just in behind that area, the halved white sleeves. And this is a super run from Exponential to win. But undefeated off just a couple of trials. I thought there was a bit to like about this as well. He's starting to finish off, you can see, just looking to the outside, looking for some extra room. He's behind Colorado High. I think he's a winner already. Fantasy, the horse in the yellow jacket, out in front, had won on debut. Went very close to winning here, but Yeah, the winner gets clear air now, and this is a smart performance. The show was good as well, but undefeated in behind the main pack. I don't think it'd be too far before he's winning as well. All right, well, the horse to follow on the weekend to get you fully up to speed as far as the suspensions and fines were concerned as well. I think we've got a clear deck, so there you go. We're all good as far as the weekend action is concerned. As we start to look ahead to Happy Valley then on Thursday nights, 9 races. We're on the A course for our Boxing Day meeting. It's meeting number 30 of the season. We start off with a Class 5 of the 1,200 metres. And Blooming Spirit, Frankie Law and Joe Moreira, who was runner-up last time out behind I'm the Conquest. That was his maiden victory, I'm the Conquest, last time out at start number 22. Multimax gets the class drop and the distance drop as well. Diamond Legend down in class as well. Starlet was a course and distance winner 3 starts back. We've got Dating coming off an all-weather campaign. Show Mission, 4th behind Garrett Nagara over the 1,000 last time out. And down to Nashashuk, also behind I'm the Conquest last time. He gets barrier 2 for Karis Teaton and John Sides. Blooming Spirit and Diamond Legend are the horses that have been up at Chung Fa within the last 30 days.
Speed map for the first, it should be good to slow, and you're looking at a horse like Multimax, who's back here in Class 5 after running over 1650, where he's barely been able to see out 800, so he's back here to 1,200 metres, and he'll roll along in front for Dylan Moe. Royal Chocolate's a horse that potentially has got some speed to race forward. Fox Chung has caught no man's land there, and Lightning Missile's interesting because he's first up for 229 days since he last raced.
Last start winner, I'm the Conquest. He won on international night, did I'm the Conquest, and it was a good win from him. Took a little while to win it. It was his 22nd start, but look, his work's been good. He seems to have thrived since then, and I mean, Douglas White hasn't had him that long as well. Here is Multimax. He's pretty fit, so he's been running over 1650. He's on the far side. I thought it wasn't a bad piece of work. He's keen and moves away from his partner there, Benito, so nice piece from Multimax. He's ready to go. And Show Mission, he's just working with a partner horse, Grant Van Niekerk. That's him 436, getting right down in the ratings. And now is this horse, he's down to 24. But he does catch the eye in a few of his races. He gets back and runs on.
OK, well, let's start off with some winning form, and that is I'm the Conquest. I mentioned before, this was his maiden victory. Blooming Spirit, Nashashuk and Fox Chung are a few pounds better off at the weights this time.
He just held on this occasion, did I'm the Conquest. He came down the middle of the track with Blooming Spirit. They were the two to fight out the finish. So I'm the Conquest this time round has got 133 compared to 128, and Blooming Spirit has gone up a little bit in weight as well, but they fought out the finish. There wasn't too much between them. I don't think there'll be too much between them here either.
Yeah, look, it was good runs from both these horses, and they're both in a bit of form. Class 5, can they put 2 together? That's the question.
That is the question indeed. Show Mission, Royal Chocolate and Bandy we're looking at now. Didn't mind the run of Royal Chocolate, and he gets a good gate again, barrier 3.
Yeah, so he's going to get his opportunity. Show Mission as well, I thought it was a good run from him. His track work's been good, as I showed you. This was over 1,000. He does step up to 1,200, Show Mission, and the way he finishes off his races, you'd think it wouldn't be a problem, but he hasn't won over it. He's been placed 4 times.
He was a bit one pace the last bit there, Royal Chocolate, but he's a chance in a race like this, although he's still a maiden from his, 22 odd runs there, so yeah, he's been hard to catch.
He has indeed, Royal Chocolate. Now, Multimax, we saw him in his track work there. Here at the trials, and he drops from the 1650 down to the 1200 distance. He's won up plenty of times, mostly at Shartin, but he's a Happy Valley winner too.
Yeah, he is, and he's had 2 wins in this grade from his 5 starts. He's an 8-year-old now. But look, he's dropped out. He's run last in his last 3 starts, but they've all, well, the last 2 anyway in particular, were over a lot longer than he's used to, and the one prior to that was in Class 4. Look, I've got him on a place line here in Class 5.
I haven't got him in, but it wouldn't shock to see him run a decent race, especially with the trips he's been run over recently. Like I said before, 800 gets to the 800 metres and he thinks the race is done there. He's got nothing left to offer, but yep, back in the grade, Class 5, 1200, it's his go. All
right, sounds like you're giving him a chance, though, Paul. Multimax makes the top 4?
He does. Oh, yeah, I've got him in there. We'll give him a chance over 1200. Starlot, I've got on top here. I think he can get a nice run. He should get the race run to suit. There's plenty of chances in this race. I'm the Conquest. Now he's sort of found that form. He should get a nice run from barrier 4. Multimax, we've got to throw the old boy in. He's back to 1200, so he's going to get his opportunity, and Show Mission from the back. But it doesn't stop there. But that's how I finished up. 5, 2, 3, 10.
Ended up going with number 1, Blooming Spirit. I don't think he's too far away from winning a race with Frankie Law and Joe Moreira. He's better drawn this time round, 6 compared to 11 last time out, and he was only just beaten last start. So I think he can go close. Royal Chocolate to be there. I'm the Conquest. We've got Starlot in as well. He was a course and distance winner 3 runs ago for Zach Purton. Blake Shin's on board here from gate 7 for Paul O'Sullivan. 1, 6, 2 and 5.
All right, so a little bit column A, a little bit column B. 1 and 5, my cue there. Blooming Spirit Spirit and Starlet. In the first, that is the Class 5, the one and only for the Knights.